Hello, world. Welcome to Onside Takes. I'm your host, Caleb. Joining me are my co-hosts, Tim and Caleb. This week had mostly downs for our three teams. The Vikings continue to struggle, getting their second loss on the season. The Jets continue their epic loss streak and become the third worst team in the league. And the Ravens got their feathers plucked by the new boy on the block. First up, the Vikings.
All right, everyone. The Vikings, the hopes, the dreams, they're still there, but we've come back down to earth. We understand that the 5-0 team that we were, even though we looked like it, might not be sustainable for the full season. Not awesome. Don't love that. But as a Vikings fans, I can take that in and I just deal with it because that's how it is every year. I don't know what happened, but our offense sucks. It absolutely sucks. I've got some stats that I want to throw out there. So the Vikings, when using their pre-game scripted snaps, so like the first 15 plays is supposedly they're scripted, they know it, they have a game plan, they follow it. The Vikings, in the first 15 plays, are yards per play first, points scored first, pass yards first, first downs first. That's for second. Sorry, that's great offense. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every play after that, yards per play 23rd, points scored 21st, pass yards 26th, rush yards 27th, and first downs 29th. Wow. That's not even. I mean,
middle of the pack there.
I mean, that's bottom. That's the bottom worst. Like, you can't even. How do you go from that good to that bad in the same game? We honestly, I don't want to say we were lucky, but the first 5 weeks we got such a lead from our defense and our first 15 plays that we were able to keep the lead. Now these last 2 weeks, we've been shown if our defense doesn't hold up, the offense can't keep bringing it. I have a couple more. So only one offensive touchdown in the second half since week 3. How are you gonna win games when you don't score in the second half?
Zooey mama.
We are just so bad on offense in the second half. Only 3 passing touchdowns in the last 3.5 games. That's less than 1 per game, roughly. Only 5 total offensive touchdowns in the last 3.5. Only 6 points scored in 3 quarters against a Rams defense that isn't known to be anything. I absolutely just stunned this week.
When it comes to that defense, I wouldn't say it's the Rams defense, and I'm sure you're going to talk about it, but it's more the nuclear bombs. The refs' offense that is disrupting you.
All right, right now I'm coming at it from a team standpoint and not an angry.
I'm angry.
Fan.
Fuck those refs. Did you know that 90% of the money was on the Vikings in
Yes.
Vegas? Huh?
I hate to say
Mighty mysterious.
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts.
All right, I'll come down and let you take it away.
Hey, biggest thing is now that I'm questioning. I think Kevin O'Connell is an awesome coach, and I don't want him to go away ever. As long as we're doing decent, I want him to stay. But he's calling the plays, and he has a great game plan to start the game. We got to figure something out because you have to be able to call plays after the first 2 drives against the other defense. Like they shouldn't figure us out that easily that we can't do anything for the rest of the game. So that's got to change. But also, what is our defense on right now? How do you go from being the purple haze, making me think, man, this defense is better than 2017, to we can't even sack Matthew Stafford, 37-year-old, maybe 73. We can't sack him. He's dodging our guys. We got 0 sacks against the Rams. We were the sack leader after 5 weeks. What are we doing? It's just, I don't know what changed. Blake Cashman has been out for the last 2 games. That's the only defensive missing player. Is he a big player? Yes. He's not the pass rush. He's not rushing the quarterback on an average play. Where did we go? What happened? I don't understand. The one thing is Dallas Turner has our pick number 15 in the draft, has played 7 total snaps in the last 2 games. I don't know what. He played way more in the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened, but I'd like to use our rookie because clearly shit is not working. So why don't we switch it up? Put him in there. I don't care. He has 1 sack on the year. That means he's capable. I'm real fired up. The self-inflicted penalties absolutely killing us this game. I mean, yes, the refs destroyed us this game. Okay. I fully am down with that. But we
First
still
time?
first time this season. But the amount of pre-snap penalties, false starts, illegal shifts, just stupid stuff. That's just mental. That's on the offense to understand what they need to do. The defense didn't cause them to do that. They just sucked. They just self-inflicted, shot themselves. We can't be doing that. It's crazy. But of course, I have to get to it. I don't know what happened, but the refs, for some reason, thought that the Los Angeles Rams were the Chiefs this week. I mean, the Rams, when you look at the
There's
penalties
some pretty
and the
egregious
yardage,
calls that should have been called, and some
so egregious.
There were some very bad calls that were called. One that comes to mind for me is like that like deep pass interference. That
Cooper Kupp?
Stafford, yeah.
Yep.
That one I was like, when I saw it in real time, I was like, oh, no way he PI'd. And then I saw it again, and I was like, oh my god, the dude's trying to pull out his eyeballs through his mask.
Yeah,
But
my issue.
I mean, main thing about this game is the ending with Donald.
Oh.
When I saw
I'm
that
not
live,
saying the
I thought
Vikings are going to win.
I thought he flipped him on his shoulder pad, and I'm guessing that's what the ref thought. But, he's standing 3 feet away from it, not looking at it from a top-down view. So
I think every single ref could have seen that from their angles. I think I saw a bunch of different angles. Every ref on the field saw that face mask.
Yeah.
Straight on, looking at it.
I'm not saying we would have won the game. All right, we would have had to go all the way down the field, scored a touchdown and a 2-point
and
lead,
the 2-point,
gone to overtime, and then won the game. But to have a 0% chance because the most obvious face mask of the season doesn't get called, and we get of all the things. Okay, face mask doesn't get called. Whatever, it happens in the end zone.
Yeah,
you can't miss it in the end zone.
Yeah,
we gave them 2 points to make it a 2-score game and the ball. We can't. The game is over. The refs ended the game by not making that call. It's only on the refs for that. I do agree with any Vikings fans that are like, we shouldn't have been there. We shouldn't have made ourselves in that position. Fully agree. But there was 2 pass interferences also that kept 2 of the touchdown drives the Rams had. We had them 3rd down. The ball was dropped. It was going to be a punt, pass interference. And then I look back at the replay and I'm like, oh, so we're not allowed to bump into a football player on the field? Oh, okay. We're not bumping anymore. Okay. Bullshit.
Praise Mahomes.
Oh my god. Those refs, they should have done the meme again where it's the refs, but they have Rams jerseys on. That was crazy. I have to give the Rams credit though. They look good. Stafford, Puka, and Cooper, they were carving us up.
If you think about it, Puka and Cooper were both confirmed Saturday night, or it was a Thursday game, Wednesday night going into the game, and the night before. And honestly, I would have taken them as the upsets if I knew they were both playing, because those guys do dice and slice.
I didn't even know they were the game started, and then I was like, oh, they're both playing. Oh, against us. Awesome. This is great. They start off the game just marching down the field, a ton of quick hits, a ton of they were so. Sean McVay is such a good coach. I hate it. They were so ready for our defense. They were so ready.
I mean, the first half though, it was very back and forth. You guys both marched down the field, back to back.
Right. That's when our offense knew how to play, though. That was the first 15 plays. Then they were like, oh, wait. Now we just kick 50-yarders and we'll score enough, right? Right? We have Will the Thrill. He'll carry us every game.
Oh, I wish I had a kicker. Oh.
The only thing with the Rams offense, though, that I didn't like with our defense was I felt like we played zone coverage the entire game, and they were just wide open. And then we were like, okay, we'll tackle them after the catch. And then they just marched down the field. I was like, can we get some bodies on bodies in a football game? Like, come on.
Don't watch the Jets if that's how you feel.
Get some bodies there, man. It sucked. But like I said, confidence, every ounce of confidence that I had when we were 5-0 is gone. No games are free. I'm never going in another game this season confident about a win ever. I will say we're going to win, but I'm not confident like I was before. It did just come out today. We have the Colts next, Sunday night primetime. I hate primetime games because everyone's looking at you. And I'm scared that we're going to go on a 3-game losing streak to the Colts.
Love watching my team on primetime.
And Flacco is the starter. Anthony Richardson has been benched. This is the worst thing. This is the worst news possible because I needed this guy to start because it was a free win. He is so bad. The worst completion rate like in the last like 20 years besides
Tim,
2 other dudes.
I don't know if you saw the
Oh my
stats,
God.
but at halftime, he was 2-15 with 89 passing yards. One
He's
of
so
the
bad.
completions was a 69-yard touchdown.
He is so bad that I was just hoping they would keep him in so it was a free win potentially. But now they put Flacco out there and now I'm scared. Joe
Now you're
Flacco's going to
cooked.
carve us up.
Flacco,
I'm-
Colts legend.
Flacco is
Famous
He's
Colts
elite.
legend.
He's elite, man. This guy is elite. But I'll get off my soapbox. I am excited for the rest of the season. Terrified for every game. We'll see if we can beat the Colts in that theme song they got.
We got to beat the Colts. I mean, right?
This is our Colts.
Right? Not
We
this week.
bleed blue. Up next, we have the Jets. Wow. I'll be honest. If you guys want to skip this portion of the video, I totally understand.
Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're actually going to end the podcast here to avoid talking about the Jets.
That was bad. Bottom line, we just straight up suck, dude. We lost to like the worst team in the AFC, man.
They had Drake May, though. They had Drake May.
Dude,
So,
we can't
He
tackle.
got hurt. He didn't play the whole game even.
Yeah. Bro, we got carved up by fucking brisket, bro. We were freaking cooked.
my experience with that game was checking in at like halftime and being like, oh, wow, Jets are ahead pretty steadily. I think they finally get a win this week. And then seeing a rage message from you like after the game ended. And be like, what? I thought they won. And
I
then
did see the halftime
Oh
score. I
my
agree.
God.
I thought they were going to win. I was like, good for you, Jets. Like, good for you to get your win. But this podcast might be a curse.
No,
If we never
you wanna-
started it,
no, it's
Caden
really
might have
just
got
the
a win.
It's the Joe Namath curse. I think as long as Joe Namath is alive, the Jets will never make it to the playoffs again. It's just like a set in stone type of thing. But regardless, let's move into this awesome team. We did some deep dives. We'll start at the top. We'll talk about Mr. Ambassador Johnson, as he likes to be called now. I'll give it to him. He tried. He made a switch midseason. I'm gonna be honest. Like he
was too soon.
switched engines, and the whole car blew up, and everybody's on fire, running around like they're dying right now. It's just terrible. Players lack motivations. It really seems like Woody just takes advice from the last person that speaks to him. He just has got like late onset Alzheimer's and doesn't remember what happened the day before, and he just picks up whoever talks to him and was like, yeah, let's do that. The whole fan base is pretty much revolting against him to sell the team. Everybody's saying, don't go to any more games, sell all your tickets, don't go, make him sell the team, because all he cares about is making money. And I don't know how I feel, because this is Woody, if he's anything, he's patient. He gave these what I'll say, not the best head coach and quarterback combos. He gave them time to actually try, and it just hasn't worked out. So if he's anything, he's patient. But
except for with Robert Salah.
Well, I mean, but yeah, but he gave, like, if anything, he should have been fired at the end of last season. Personally,
that would have been crazy though. He didn't have a quarterback the whole season.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just terrible.
Like I said before, you had to give him at least this year. And if you're not happy, get rid of him. He caused so much turmoil by firing him so early.
Yes, totally. And then it threw Ulbrich into the spotlight and totally butchered the defense. And now the defense has no life, and everybody's not playing well because they don't have their head coach DC combo, I guess. And everybody just forgot how to tackle in a span of 3 weeks. But speaking of Salah, he is actually in Green Bay now. For you guys who don't know,
yes.
He's
watching
at the
ball. Offense, and he's coaching from a defensive side.
Yeah, yep. So he's in Green Bay making generational wealth right now from the Jets and the Packers. So good for Salah. Terrible for me. Moving over to our GM, Joe Douglas. I like, honestly, he's not going to get mid-season fired, but he's probably done at the end of this year because Woody's making all the decisions. He got Reddick into the building. He got Adams over here. Like, it hasn't been Joe Douglas for most of this. It's mostly been Woody. And if you don't trust your GM, then why is he around? You're not going to want to keep him.
He should just be an owner GM like Jerry Jones.
No, that's actually the worst combo. I think the best move going forward would be the Woody Johnson hires a president of football affairs and doesn't touch the organization at all. What?
Said I fully agree. You're spot on.
Sorry, Ambassador Johnson, forgive me. Doesn't want just give the team the money and get the hell out of the way because it's not working. Talking about the team itself, though, we continue just to be a roster, not a team. Like, we have this much talent. It should be physically impossible that we're losing to the Patriots, yet it literally happened. So nobody's performing. Like we'll get right into the names. Like, Adams continues to do what he was meant to do. He came to the Jets. He's pulling double teams away from Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson this week had a phenomenal game. I'm very, very confident, over 100 receiving yards with less than 6 receptions. So he had a lot of very clutch plays. We actually had a run game, it looks like, going for the first time in a long time. So that was nice. Brees was to thank for that. They actually utilized Allen on thirds and shorts, which was so nice. 8-0 coming in.
Got that touchdown.
Yeah. Reddick, his first game playing, 0 sacks, 0 tackles, 0 forced fumbles. It was literally just an okay. Like,
did he play?
He played. Didn't do much. So
no tackles is bad. That's the worst stat there.
Oh, I know. Okay.
No tackles, just no impact.
Moving on to my rant partner of the past 4 weeks, we're going to Sauce Gardner, now named for going forward Ahmed Gardner, his real name, because he's not doing anything that's saucy. Okay, this man can't tackle. He's not handsy. He can't keep up. He got beat in the game-winning drive by a motherfucker named Booty, who's a 6th round pick. And you're a 1st round pick, Sauce Gardner, highest paid corner in the league, and you're getting just literally torched by kids. Literally torched. It's not even close. And he cannot tackle. He cannot. Our corners can't tackle. Nobody can tackle on the field. People are just going to keep running, and we're going to lose the game because we can't tackle people. Sauce Gardner just gets down on all fours and does the, where you and your friend, you get down on all fours and your friend pushes somebody over your back. That's what Sauce Gardner expects to happen for every tackle that he's a part of. Believe it or not, the runner is not going to just fall if he touches your body. There's been a lot of speculation of trading, like clearing house, getting rid of all of our high draft, high players and just complete scratch, there's a non-zero chance Devontae Adams is with the Jets after the trade deadline. They're people are saying get rid of Sauce, keep Reed. I think that's just dumb. I think Sauce is statistically an amazing player. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler in the first 2 years of his career. That's insane. He is a good player. He's just having a horrible season, and it's ridiculous. Moving on to the last 2 names that we have to talk about. Mr. Rogers himself. He continues to let me down easy. In his post-game conference, he had a hat on. It was very dark. You couldn't see his eyes. And one of the reporters asks, Rogers, how do you come out of this dark place? What do you normally do when you have your back up against the wall? And Rogers replies, I've been in the darkness. You got to go there and make peace with it. Boy, you are not Bane. Shut your ass up and start playing the ball game.
Quote
oh
that.
My goodness.
Tweet that. Holy, what a line.
But, and then today on the press conference release, before, because we have a short week this week, he says there's still a lot of season left. And I'm like, brother, the ship's halfway underwater. If you lose this game, there's no more tape on the ship. We're fully sunk. It's over, okay? There's not that much left. We need to take this seriously. If we even want to have a chance, I said last week it was like a sub 5%. It's like a sub 2%. I don't know how we're point favorites against the Texans. Okay, I know you guys didn't watch the games, but we had 3 delay of game penalties. Had to use all 3 of our timeouts in the first quarter.
I was going to bring that up actually. I remember I checked into the game and it was the first quarter, and I looked at the timeouts and the Jets had 0, and I'm like, in what world do you use all 3 timeouts in the first quarter?
Well, you want to know what world it is? It's Rodgers thinking he is Tom Brady calling audibles with 2 seconds left, trying to read the defense. Brother, just read it and run the play you're running and adapt. I know you're old and frail and can't move your body parts because you don't have an O-line that can save your life, but come on, dude. You just need to be... It's either mobile or bust. You know what I mean in this league as a quarterback. So, and last thing for Rodgers, he said he's going to get better on the audibles. Let's see what he does. I don't know. I have no words. Rodgers is clearly a letdown from what he was supposed to be going into this year, but he needs to play the game and let the ball rip. Do not hold it back. There was at least 3 plays where he pump fakes himself. Bro, just take the deep balls. We are not doing deep balls. Just let it freaking go. Our deepest play was 35. Let's get some 40s in there, Let's go deep. We have Garrett. We have Adams. We didn't have Lazard. That's what we lost, of course. We didn't have Rodgers, Pookie,
didn't have enough ball droppers there.
Yeah, didn't have enough ball droppers out there. And so it went to everybody else. Last person, Greg Zuerlein, our kicker. I have no idea why you're still here. Who are you? What the hell happened? You got to leave fast. You are the worst kicker in the league.
That guy should have been fired 5 weeks ago. If you have a kicker that can make field goals, I think you are still in very much in the division hunt, to win your division.
Yeah, but if we start nitpicking and go down if we had a kicker, we're 6-2 right now. That's just actually delusional talk. We shouldn't, with the team we have, we shouldn't even we shouldn't be winning by kicker points, when it comes down to it. But it's just been so atrocious. a great example is like a reliever pitcher in baseball that loses his fastball. Once it happens, you're fucking cooked. You can't, like, he's just cooked. He can't kick. He's in his own head. Nothing's going to save him. He's done.
Old too.
He is
He's
done
old.
with this season. You cannot keep him. And he's still playing this week, but we brought in a new kicker to add pressure to Greg Zerline. Brother, you're just adding pressure to my bloodline. Get him out of here. Oh my word. That's all the names. We'll look at some of the fun stats. The Jets setting another record in the NFL. We are the first team ever in the NFL. 750 games happened before this one, where we scored 20 points, kept the opposing team under 250 total yards, and no turnovers, and lost.
Jets magic, baby. Jets magic.
If that doesn't tell you how the Jets function and how good we are, I don't know what does. That's truly record breaking. But yeah, to close out, I don't know if it's a culture fuck. Like, I don't know if we're just too soft and too forgiving for what the NFL is. Like, we keep saying, okay, mistakes happen. Move on. You're all right. It's okay. We still love you. Stay on our team. Haha. I don't know if we're too soft or like what, because any other team, if you're making these mistakes, if you're on the Chiefs, if you're on the 49ers, you're on the Ravens, you're making these mistakes, you're not playing. You're probably getting traded. Like Tom Brady, Patriots, you're getting traded. If you're not playing, you're not long for that world. So I don't know. I don't know what happens. Like, dude, if we lose this week, it's probably a sell and clear house angle. And because we were a buyer team, we're probably going to be a seller team if we lose this week. That's just the way it is. But we're point favorites. We're point favorites, baby, at home. So let's go Jets. And let's get 7-2, of course, for the remainder of the season.
What was that quote by Joe Burrow when asked if they were going to make playoffs? He was like, yeah, you need like 10. We could win 7 out of 9. And it's like, this is not looking good for your team, man. If you're doing mental math here to try and make the playoffs.
I just looked it up. The trade deadline is November 5th, election day. And so if the Jets do lose this week and it's sell everything, they have 2 days to sell the whole team.
Well, we do, on the bright side, remember, we do have some good players on this roster. So
that's what you think.
But yeah, go Jets. I'll fucking hurl it over to Tim with the Ravens.
All right. The number one first thing I like to say is told you so. Oh my God. Those dropped interceptions were crazy.
And by told you so,
they could have won the game. They could have won the game by just if Kyle Hamilton catches that.
By told you so, you mean right? You're talking about Caleb, right? When he told you so that Jameis was going to dice up the Ravens.
I did.
I'm talking about the general discussion around the Ravens because I didn't see people. I mean, I saw like some people complaining about it, but I was going way harder than I feel most people. Most dropping interceptions, and it just got so much worse.
How many were there?
You definitely have.
There was at least 2 ones that were just like directly like
at least the
bread in the basket.
The worst one was the one from the last drive. That one was bad.
There was 2 that was straight to them, and there was like a third that was kind of a tough catch, but he totally could have gotten. But to kick it off, I'd like to rank up a stat for the Ravens. They are number 1 in rush defense right now with about 70 yards per game. They are 32nd in passing defense. They got 290.
The worst team.
They are the best and worst in the rushing and passing defense, which means overall they are the 25th worst defense.
Go Birds!
It is absolutely unacceptable how terrible our pass defense is. It is
How is that possible? How do you have the first and last? I didn't even know, like, that's crazy.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I mean, and it's killing us. I will say, like, sure, it's a huge upset. I would still say the Ravens were the better team, but we deserve to lose that game. We did not play like play like winners. Okay,
I'm gonna
we
be honest.
fucked up
that game,
so many sides. It was insane.
I was just
What do
gonna
you
say that game kind of an exception. I'm not gonna lie. Winston was throwing actual fucking darts.
He was playing great.
And what you didn't realize, there was one side factor that we didn't know was going to
The
happen.
Lord is on his side.
But Jim
Lord.
Donovan, the longtime Browns play caller for like a super long time, passed away. So there was some extra encouragement, and then everyone, when they win that game, they're like, "That one was for you, Jim."
Oh my god!
So like that was an unknown factor.
Needed that win, Tim. It was just a sacrifice.
Nobody said an important Browns person was going to pass away before this game. So
I saw somebody mention that, and this is so true from every single clip I've seen of Jameis Winston, is that every time he talks like he's in like the third act of a football movie. Oh my goodness,
Dude,
it is incredibly funny to watch him.
He's so genuine.
Let's embody the logo on our helmets.
It's actually crazy. He means every word, but it seems so.
He has aura. Okay,
he is for real. Have you seen him eating the W?
No.
It's so funny.
He's sucking on his face. It's like halfway down his throat, and he's like, "Yeah, you just gotta construct it."
He is so for real with every single word he says. He fully means it, even though it sounds like you're like, that can't be real. He's for real. I said it last week. I said he's gonna let it fly, and he did. He let it flew. The last play of the game, he had a check down for a first down, and he said, "Nah, fourth down, I'm gonna just send that shit." Boom, touchdown.
That throw
right after an interception, he still threw it.
That was crazy.
It
was insane.
I called it, everyone. I called it. So base.
Okay, moving on. This is not the Jameis Winston segment. We're gonna shut the fuck up about him. All right. I gave him his dues, and now it's over. I'd like to give a personal corner of shame to Bateman, Hamilton, Eddie Jackson, and even Zay Flowers a little bit. They were looking bad.
The whole receiving corps.
The whole receiving corps. And I just name everyone because like they were doing better at the beginning of the season, and they just looked like the old Ravens offense. It was just like the sun was in their eyes. I don't care. Get a visor. Okay. Catch the damn ball. It's just I'm not going to rail on it too hard because it is what it is. It sucks. Do better. I mean, the offense, it kind of pales in comparison to where our defense is at right now, that you almost have to give them a pass for that. And speaking of that defense, I think it's time to question our defensive coordinator, Zach Orr. What is going on right now? He's new this year, stepping in for Mike McDonald, and it's safe to say it hasn't gone well. If you just watch the defense right now, they are just like not set a lot of the times on these plays. Like the defense just doesn't look like they're ready trying to face against these teams, and it is hard to watch. I mean, we did lose a couple good players, Jadeveon Clowney, Geno Stone, Patrick Queen, but that's get over it almost. Like it's 3 players. You cannot tank this hard just from losing these 3 people. Robert Saylor's pretty nice. It would have been great to have him. His defensive mind on our team.
Go Cheeseheads.
Yeah. But it's time to bring some deep questions to Zach Orr and whether he's any good right now. And it's there. I do also have to give a bit of blame to Tucker and Lamar a little bit. Tucker, he's 2 for 5 on 50+ yarders this season. He sucks. So let that dead air sit there.
How long did the Ravens keep him though?
He's just not doing as well.
He's like all-time Ravens player.
If this was a rookie, everyone would be saying he fucking sucks. Drop. I mean, he's probably going to ride out the season.
Kickers in the league.
He's probably going to ride out the season, and then if he keeps doing as he's doing, retire. Listen, I mean, where do you go from here, right? If he does exactly as well as he's doing right now for the rest of the season, you're no longer Justin Tucker as we've known it. Like, don't disgrace your name any worse.
The Ravens can't. I feel like they like can't do anything. They have to keep him for as long as he wants to play. Like it'd be such a disservice unless he goes like were to play one more season and then he was super bad. If he was super bad, then like you have to make a business move. But unless as long as he's decent most of the time, they can't make that move.
Yes, they can. They can do whatever they want.
They have to listen to Tim. He's the armchair GM. It's pretty simple.
Exactly. Listen to me. I will guide our team to victory. I mean, Lamar, he almost threw some interceptions. He kind of missed some deep throws. Obviously, he's not the issue, though. But, I'm not going to pretend like he was perfect. Here's one thing that pissed me off.
But he's Pookie.
Is that John Harbaugh refuses to fucking take accountability. Every single time they lose, John goes, we love our guys. We have a good team. We just need to fix some things. And that's his generic excuse every single time. And I'm so bored of it. Okay? I don't care how much you like the team. You guys played like shit. Okay? Be honest. It just pisses me off the passive way he speaks sometimes. And it just sounds like he refuses to take accountability for the team that he's the coach of. I would like to see some trades. I don't know trades that well. I don't know what trades to make. I don't know the team, but we need to see some changes. Okay, that was a wide receiver. I need defensive trades. The wide receivers was the most fixable thing on our team. That's the most fixable issue with our team, and that's what they trade for. To be fair, it was a huge steal.
They took everything. The Panthers have nothing else. What do they have? They took the one player they had.
It was like swapping a 5th and 6th round pick or something. So it was a complete steal. I'm not going to complain, but I'm saying like that's not what we were dying for. People are talking about getting a new pass rusher. Yeah. Kyle Van Noy's been absent since the first 3 games. He was great the first 3, and then he's kind of sucking shit. I don't know what to do, but we need some fucking fresh blood on this team before the deadline. All right, that's what I'm really hoping for. And I have one last thing to say about this. Everyone is watching how our offense is playing this season. This is our Super Bowl chance, okay? We have that chance, and if we play like this, we're going to blow it. We're going to lose in the wild. We're going to lose in the first round, okay? Because we have the offense to win a Super Bowl, but we got to get our shit together. And our shit is not together right now. We got to roll it up, get it on a pile, and it's just there. And our shit is all over the place, okay? And if it doesn't get better, it's going to get worse.
I was going to say, Tim, do you think after not at the Browns, but the week before with Lamar's great performance throwing the ball, do you think he didn't rush enough this week?
Oh, yeah, that too. King Henry was not rushing enough. I don't know. I would have loved to see some more rushing there, but yeah, I don't know. He's a little underutilized. Maybe he's taking a rest break. I don't fucking.
He got tired.
It did kind of remind me of the playoff game the Ravens lost last year, where we just didn't run for some mysterious reason, and then John Harbaugh refused to take accountability and was like, "Oh yeah, wasn't that strange, guys? How we lost." That's what it feels like when you listen to John Harbaugh. He's like, it feels like he finds out at the podium, like, yeah. We love our guys. Unfortunately, go the way we wanted to.
That's crazy.
He talks like he's not the coach, and it's not fucking his responsibility to call plays there. But double flub, everybody's favorite segment, coming up right fucking now because I don't want to talk about the Ravens anymore.
I have to go back for half a second.
No.
Okay.
I forgot a couple things. Very quick. Christian Darrisaw is out for the season.
Oh,
the worst thing ever for the Vikings. The best. He's probably top 2 behind Trent Williams for best offensive lineman in the league. He's done for the season. Sucks so much. But
what position did he play?
He's the left tackle, I think.
Oh, that's not good.
Left, the outside one of the left side.
Yep.
I'm blanking.
That's the one that protects the
outside tackle. Yep. We just traded for the Jacksonville's left tackle.
Yeah.
Who apparently is decent, and we traded them a 5th round pick, and we got their 7th. And so we put a Band-Aid on a blood spill that's very large, but maybe it'll be okay. That's just something that I just thought of. before
What's
I
up
forgot
with
to
all these
mention. but
potato chip bag trades, bro? People
They're-
are getting people for literally like
I don't
two
know.
nickels and a penny. It doesn't
I
make
don't
any
know.
sense.
It's
Whatever.
It's weird, but we take it. Dub or flub time.
Okay. Dub or flub? Jameis Winston is a better QB than Deshaun Watson. I'll start. Unwavering faith, ultimate belief, dependent on the Lord. Yes, he's better.
Yeah, this one's easy. This one's so
Yeah,
easy.
for
Look at-
sure.
I
Dub.
have
dub.
an insult stat.
A heavenly dub, if I might say.
Heavenly. In the last 7 games, if I'm remembering this correctly, in the last 7 games that the Browns have had a quarterback start that isn't Deshaun Watson, they have thrown for 300 plus yards. Every time they don't start Deshaun Watson, they've had 300 plus yards in the air. And they can't do it when he starts. I mean, get this guy out of the league forever. I mean, I'm sorry your year ended in such a horrific injury. Don't come back. Bye-bye. Jameis Winston, he's awesome. Dub.
You think they'll keep him after this year?
I don't know. I think he deserves to start somewhere. He's good enough. He's better than some of these. He could be playing for the Raiders. Like, he could be playing for... There's a lot of teams that don't have quarterbacks
true.
right now. He's not the best quarterback ever. He probably won't take you to the Super Bowl ever. But he's better than a lot of the people playing. I
He's
can guarantee
serviceable.
you that. Yes, absolutely.
Dub or flub? The Vikings get over 10 wins.
Over.
I have it up. I have the schedule up. I'm just going to tell you, and by you, I mean Caleb and Tim, not the crowd, because you can't respond to me, how many in-division matches are left. So they have one more game against the Bears, or 2 more Bears games, another game against the Packers, and another game against the Lions.
4.
4 more games in total. And they are 2 losses. I'm going to say it. They can do it. I think they can do it.
Dude,
Hardest
this is
other
a dub.
matchup is the Falcons, outside of their own division.
Packers?
No,
Lions?
Outside of division.
outside of division. Outside of
Yeah.
division.
And they... Ooh, actually, I don't know if they can beat the Falcons. It'd be tough.
Well, still, even if they
Considering how they
lose
played against
all
the Rams,
4,
it'd be tough.
even if they lose all 4, and they lose to the Falcons, that's 7 losses. So it's a 10-7 season. So,
That's not more than 10.
yep, Caleb, you're cooked. Actually, sorry, buddy.
I think it'll be a dub. I think they'll get more than 10.
I think it's definitely possible.
I made this one. I'm saying it's a dub, of course, but the 2016 season when we started 5-0 and missed the playoffs at 8-9 is really in the back of my mind right now. I think we can do it. Our schedule really isn't that hard, besides the Lions and the Packers, and maybe the Falcons. But I'm still scared that the Vikings are going to Vikings, and I'm going to be sad at the end of the season and say what could have been, like I always do. But still dub.
W. Ooh. Controversial one up next. Dub or flub? Ravens are the least
All right.
clutch
Let me
team
pick this up.
ever.
Okay. The Ravens are not the least clutch team ever. They are not the least clutch team this year. They are not the least clutch team this fucking week. A Vikings fan wrote this fucking question. A Vikings fan said this year's Ravens are the least clutch team ever. This is a slanderous question that borders on being completely nonsensical. This isn't a question. This is asking for a public flogging.
It's a statement.
Okay, I think
No,
Tim's
there's a question
take
mark on
that.
it.
I think Tim's
There's a question
flub.
mark on
That's
it.
a
Let it be
flub
known
take
there's
from
a
Tim.
script and there's a question
Um,
mark at the end of it. This is a question. Caleb just deleted it.
So Tim's a flub take. I'll pass it to Caleb because I didn't write this question and neither
So
did Tim.
here's the thing, and maybe Ever is a little bit out there. okay?
Maybe.
But I don't have the stat with me now, which is I'm sad I forgot to grab it. The Ravens they've given up the most leads in the fourth quarter, I think, in the last 3 years combined. And that's the least clutch team I could think of, giving up leads. The most leads in the fourth quarter in the last 3 years. Obviously, Ever might be a little extreme. It's a dub take because I wrote it. but
No.
they've been awful in the fourth quarter. They just let teams come back for
I
free.
think that whole stat's
Even when they
inflated
win, it's
because
scary.
of the division
Even
they
when
play
they win,
in.
it's scary. I think they're not clutch. I'll put it at that. They're not clutch. Maybe not ever,
That's
but they're
not
not
true.
clutch. Haven't seen a Super Bowl.
Hey, when's the last time you
That's
saw a
true.
Super Bowl? Saw a Super Bowl. Not even won one.
Irrelevant.
Huh? Oh, so when we talk about Ravens Super Bowl, it's relevant. When we talk about Vikings Super Bowl, it's irrelevant.
Correct, because we haven't won one, Tim. Damn it.
Exactly. All right, we're moving on. I'm already mad enough.
Look,
this
Caden's
is-
got to go. Caden's got to go.
Oh my goodness.
I said that was a flub take. Don't worry, guys. I know that mattered
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Caden.
One bad game on their stride should not define how the team is for the season.
They gave up the win against the Raiders too, and the Chiefs.
On their stride, they're in stride now.
The Jets just lost to the Patriots this week.
What did I do, Tim? What the hell did I do? Why am I catching a stray out here?
I'm sorry.
Where are the Jets coming from right now?
What did I do?
All right, moving on.
Tim, you're lashing out. I did
I
nothing
am.
wrong. I literally backed
I'm
you up.
angry. I'm not going to take it anymore.
Whatever. Dub
The game of the
or
week
flub?
is Jaden Daniels better than Caleb Williams.
That's the dub or flub. Is Jaden Daniels better than Caleb Williams?
It's easy.
I don't know if you guys saw the stat line for Caleb Williams. I think he had under 100 passing yards. It's not close. The Commanders' defense is online now, and they are a real playoff contender. Easily. Gene Daniels is insane. I saw this thing online about how Gene Daniels uses VR to train before matches to get an in-picture view of the stadiums before playing away games to see the play clock, what the sounds would sound like, what the coach in his ear would sound like. It's
That's
actually
crazy.
crazy technology.
Now I'm just imagining him using an excuse to play Madden. No, I'm training this morning, guys. Sorry, I can't practice.
But it's a legit thing. It's actually really cool. He plays on like 1.5 speed, the most our generation thing to do. 1.5 speed. So when he plays in real life, everybody's moving slow to him.
So smart. So smart. Yeah, you could just see the stats. Obviously, Jaden Daniels was better in the game and has played so much better right now. I saw a Bears fan that was talking. He wasn't giving an excuse, but he was like, Caleb Williams had an awful three quarters, right? We can all agree. But he said his fourth quarter was amazing. It's like, look at that fourth. If he could do that every quarter. So, Bears might be coping. The Hail Mary by Jaden Daniels. Now,
That's going to feed the Commanders for years.
Was there any skill involved in that? Obviously, throwing the ball that far down the field, kind of in a pile. That was the
Talking
skill.
about the Hail Mary, have you guys seen the photo of the Bears defender
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
taunting the
my
crowd
God.
before
Oh, yeah.
the throw?
The worst thing is, he runs over, jumps in the pile. He's the one that punched it up in the air
Oh,
to the guy in
my
the end
God.
zone.
I did
And
not know that.
Was the first? He was the person that was supposed to be guarding the guy in the end zone. He did everything wrong.
Okay.
Oh,
Can
that guy's getting beat.
I need to hear you guys' opinion on this. Can I be a hater and say that I love Jaden Daniels, but that was luck.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
we can all agree with that.
You
Okay.
can say that, but you
No.
can't use that as proof to say, oh, Jaden McDaniels was clutch. That was
I
like
need
that was
the
complete luck.
record to understand that he threw a 65-yard Hail Mary.
And it wasn't
and
a
it
straight.
bounced.
It
It
was a
bounced into
bomb.
the touchdown. It
It
bounced
was an
into
up
the
in
end
the air
zone.
bomb. Like it was a great throw. Luck. Great throw, but the outcome was luck. We can all
Yes.
agree on
I
that.
mean, we talk about Hail Marys. There's 8 guys grabbing for that
It's literally
ball.
called a
Okay.
Hail Mary. I mean, like, it's literally, the play call
I
is
love Jaden
correct.
Daniels, but that should not be used as evidence that he's a good quarterback.
I mean, that's not the only reason, but that, I mean,
But
Aaron
he
Rodgers
is
is a great quarterback, and that's
he's
what
a
he
good
did,
quarterback.
so.
But you just shouldn't use that.
Lamar
as evidence.
Jr. Dub. Dub from everybody. It sounds like a little bit of an unscripted dub or flub, as it can have 4 responses. But who wins the NFC West that is currently blown wide open?
Dub.
Of course, you know me. You know me. I gotta take my boy Murray with the Cardinals. top of their division right now. They're going to
But
come out on top.
don't you know that Call of Duty just came out?
And he always
Don't
does
you
bad on
know?
double XP weekends.
That's not a good look. Murphy might struggle.
Who do you guys have then?
I'm taking dub.
Hey.
I refuse to bend the ethic, the morality of this segment.
I'm with Tim on this one. This is a dub take.
This is
And
a dub take.
I can't bend dub or flub. It's hallowed. You cannot.
Should have moved it to league thoughts.
Cannot. Yep.
Okay.
I'm down. It's a dub take.
The thing is, I would not have even noticed if Kate hadn't said anything. I would have just answered the question.
But low key, the Niners are gonna win.
Dub? That's the dub I'm saying. Next up, do the Steelers win the AFC North? Listen, obviously the Steelers are good, but this is a flip take. I
Mr.
think
Pickens
we can
has
turn it
Spider-Man hands.
around.
Russie going out there hard. I ain't gonna cap.
Why are you saying his name like that?
Russie? You need a little Russie in your life?
There's some viral Pittsburgh fans that they say they're sussy for Russie. So that's where that came from. But yeah, I think Russell Wilson is actually playing great, and this could be maybe this offense is different. Maybe if the Steelers have a defense or an offense to go with their defense, winning the division is completely possible.
Russ Moonballs just work with their 50-50 wide receivers. It just works. And if you had George
Obviously, the
Pickens
Ravens
on
are
your
a
team,
big comp.
that's not a 50-50 ball. That's a 65-30 ball with George Pickens. That guy is a freak.
Every
when it
ball's a
comes to
50-50 ball.
those- What?
It's either caught or it isn't.
What? Cotter isn't?
Every ball is a 50-50 ball because it's either caught or it isn't.
Oh yeah, true. Let's go hit the slots. It's either you win or you don't. Shut the hell up, Tim.
I would gladly hit the slots.
I disagree with Tim fully on this.
Can we consult the statistics on this? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so back to the question though. Can they win it?
Dub.
Will they win it?
I'm gonna say dub.
Who am I if I don't believe in my team?
I'm a Ravens hater.
Ravens dub for this.
I think the Ravens can come back. I think the Ravens' final form is much better than the Steelers' final form.
But they clutch.
But the Ravens' offense is
Did you
much
watch the
better
Bengals
than
game?
Steelers. That's a good point. Moving on before a fist fight happens in the studio. Dub or flub? Anthony Richardson should stay QB1 for the Colts. Flub. Man tapped out. The goddamn third quarter as the quarterback.
I have never seen that in my life. He's like, obviously like a lot of players go in and out because they're tired or whatnot. You have lots of different depths of for position groups, but I have never seen a quarterback tap his head and be like, Coach, I can't go one more play. I need air. Like, you're the quarterback. Nobody's supposed to come in for you. You play unless you're so injured you can't play. And if you can still play while injured, you play. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to play this week, so I'm gonna say this is a flub take. And get back out there, brother.
You know, what does that say to the rest of the team when their quarterback just decides he doesn't care and he just leaves? I'm tired. I'm leaving. Okay, I'm tired. I don't want to give.
Shit, I'm giving up too.
Not even the quarterback's gonna.
Shit, I'm following Joe Flacco around. That guy's gonna be my inspiration. Colts legend. Up next, dub or flub. Do the Broncos make a playoff run? I'm gonna say it. I think it can happen. I'm gonna say a dub. I think they can do it as a wild card appearance. Of course, they're not passing the Chiefs. The Chiefs, of course, they got like 8 additional men with the ref on the field. So
all right, I need to step in for just a moment and just throw the schedule out there, okay? I do think they're a surprising 5-3 and their defense is good, okay? And Bo Nix has been interesting, but their next 3 games are the Ravens, Chiefs, Falcons. And then they have a couple easy games. Then they have to play the Chargers, who are a decent team, the Bengals, and the Chiefs again.
I think they can make a wild card appearance. I think they can do it.
It could be possible, but their remaining schedule isn't super easy, and I don't trust Bo Nix.
I'm going Flub take.
Me as well. Flub take.
They're not making it.
Don't trust
W
them.
take.
It says playoff run. So
Bronco country, that's right.
I don't think they're going to make a run to the playoffs, and they're certainly not going to make a run in the playoffs.
That's a good point, Tim, because they're going to gallop, because they're Broncos. They're going to gallop into the playoffs.
This guy likes Bronco dick.
Pardon that weird take. Up next, Dub or Flub, does Tua make it through the rest of the season?
For his sake, maybe not.
Wait, for his sake?
What does that even mean, Tim?
What
You
does that
wanted
mean?
to die? Tim, I don't know if you saw it, but his post-game, he's so CTE taken, he said, I feel great. I love playing
he will
football.
Die on the
In
field.
that monotone voice, he is gone. He is
Tua will
committed to the
literally
game.
die on the field. Just give him an ACL tear and let's save his brain for science. Okay.
Guys, he was in the zone. I don't know if you saw, but he had some like crazy like flipping the ball like forward and
I've
behind
been a
him.
Tua supporter. You guys are the Tua haters.
I'm a Tua hater.
I'm not a hater. I just thought he died. Okay?
I'm a hater.
I'm not a. I don't think the Dolphins they've never proven themselves the last 3 years. Tua has proven he can throw the ball to Tyreek Hill a lot, but when it comes down to winning against good teams, they haven't done it. But I do think he makes it to the rest of the season because I feel like he will be uber careful
Safer.
now.
Yeah.
So I'm down for it.
Yeah, I say Dub as well.
Dub take.
Last, Dub or Flub. Does Devontae Adams get traded before the deadline? Let you guys go first.
I just have to say, since they traded for him, it's going to be a Flub take because I don't think Rodgers is going to retire after this year, even though the Jets might want that. I don't know if they want to draft a quarterback or what, but he has Devontae with him, which he hasn't had for a while, and they really had a good connection in the past. I think at least another year, Rodgers will want to make a go at it, and Devontae's not going to leave that situation, even if they're losing every game.
It sounds like.
I agree. I think it would be really funny if he got traded, but I think he is going to stay.
Yeah, it's up in the air. I'm gonna say Flub because he's brought a very good culture. You know, he's like, guys, I don't know if you know this, but we can actually win games, and everybody was like, what? Stop! No! And so I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. Let's keep that positive energy. So I'm gonna say Flub. Don't trade him. Up next, we have our league thoughts. We'll jump into the upcoming games for the season. Say who we think will win. Give our upset of the week, game of the week, and our mid of the week, the mid-off. Up first, Thursday Night Football. Texans at the Jets. Jets, of course, being the 2 points favorites because we've had such a good season so far compared to the Texans. Who do you guys think wins? Important note to cut you guys both off. Stephon Diggs tore his ACL in the previous game.
I forgot.
Oh, I knew he was out. I didn't realize it was a torn ACL.
You know,
Yes.
I would.
Come on, guys, one more game.
I can't. I can't bring
Why
myself to
Jets?
say the Jets are gonna win.
I want so bad just to help Caden out, give him a little confidence, put our pick in his favor. But my issue is the defensive line for the Texans is a monster, and I'm worried that Rodgers isn't going to live through this game. That's my issue.
He's gonna
I
be
think
crawling
that the
around like he's
Texans-
down in Fortnite again.
Yeah, the Texans might just eat him alive, and the Jets just score 0 points. But also the Texans might not score because they have Tank Dell as their only wide receiver, really. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Texans, but I'm pulling for Caden. Tim?
I'm sorry. Actually, this is the week I want the Jets to win. But is Caden frozen? Or is he just not moved?
We may have lost our
I
host.
thought he was just so solemnly focused on this Jets that he just was sitting there silently with his eyes closed. Well, unfortunately, Caden has been lost for this segment of the podcast.
Yeah.
SOS Caden. Texans, I'm sorry. I think the Texans are going to win. Well, while we're waiting for Caden, I'm just going to hop along. We can always hop back if we need to. But next we have the Saints-Panthers games. This was also selected by Caleb as the mid-off of the week. Not by me. Oh, look, Caden's back. Shadow Clone.
We have 2 Cadens.
Oh, we lost the good Caden. Welcome to the premiere podcast, by the way. This is our full-time job.
We work week in and week
I
out
quit my
to
job
get this
for
podcast
this.
out. Yeah, we are full time, definitely, absolutely.
Did he really just appear for like 2 seconds and then dip?
Something happened. But,
Okay,
yeah,
the internet is
Saints-Panthers.
killing himself.
Saints-Panthers. This is such a mid game. These 2 teams suck so much.
I almost don't want to pick a winner because I don't want to
Sorry, guys. Technical
have to
difficulties.
care who wins.
We're
I'm
good.
back.
We're good. We'll go. We're gonna
Saints
take a
dub.
pause.
Who cares?
Go back to the Jets. We'll let Caden decide who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's obvious. Jets are going to have their moment. Aaron Rodgers is going to connect with Alan Lazard. Devontae Adams, they're going to have a 3-way hug in the end zone after they get a 3-assist touchdown after some insane play. And the Texans will probably win. But let's go Jets. 2013 Jets, yep.
Nice. Nice. Moving back to the Saints-Panthers game. Like I said, mid-off of the week. Panthers, awful. Andy Dalton got in the car crash that we discovered last week on the podcast. So Bryce Young started. And, yeah. It's just not a fun game to watch. The Saints don't have a quarterback, and the Panthers don't have a quarterback. So it's just, I don't know, whoever can run the ball. I'm going to pick the Panthers just because.
Yeah, I pick Saints just because I feel like it.
Is he starting?
And that question has killed Caden. Moving on.
No.
The future waits for nobody, and it's certainly not waiting for Caden to discuss the Commanders-Giants games. The Giants have proven themselves to be a bad team. They can have good moments, but I have completely given up on Giants getting a cool upset. Commanders are going to take this away, and it's not
I
gonna
can't be
a nail
using my
biter.
upset pick on the Giants anymore.
Nope.
It's really screwed me over.
Nope.
I got my first point with them upsetting the Seahawks, but after that, it's been bad. So Jaden Daniels MVP season continues. They're going to crush them, and the Commanders are going to win.
All right. Speaking of upsets, this next one is my upset of the week. It is the Dolphins-Bills. Actually, it's bad timing because I just said I was a Tua hater, but I'm also a Josh Allen hater first and foremost. So I don't know.
Big hater.
I feel like it's in the air. I'm a big hater of anything that isn't the Ravens or Lions or Vikings. I have no basis for this, but Tua's got to have some kind of comeback game, and it might as well be this week.
The Bills have been very streaky, so it's not a bad upset take because we don't really know what the Bills are going to do. They either like get blown out or blow somebody out, so we're not really sure. But I'm a Josh Allen guy, and I have confidence.
And I think they're going to blow someone out this week.
Bills are going to beat those Dolphins, and Tim's not going to get a point.
All right, next is Chargers-Browns. Actually, this could be a good game.
I think, will be a good game.
I kind of want to give it to Browns. Like, Jameson Winston kind of seemed like that guy.
Yeah, Jameis Winston is he's just a difference maker.
Mm-hmm.
He just the Browns, I think, when unfortunately for Deshaun Watson, when he left, that they have hope that they can do something.
Yeah.
They respect their leader. Even I feel like there's like a level of respect they have with Jameis, but also they might not fully respect him because he's kind of crazy a little bit. But he's brought hope to the team, and I don't know. The Chargers just seem so mid. So, we got
Just
Caden back,
having
ladies
some
and gentlemen.
terrible
Just for about
technical
30
difficulties.
seconds. Hey, if just by chance somebody's listening to this on the auto right now, I think this podcast is best watched in video, just so you can watch Caden bleep in and out for the past 5 minutes.
In and out of reality.
Well, I'm
But,
sorry, Caden, but we've charged on ahead, and it's now up for you to discuss the Pats-Titans game.
Yes, the mid-off of the week. If Drake May is playing, easily Pats win. The Titans, if Will Levis is playing, we're gonna get treated to some memes. So either way, I'm winning, I guess.
I haven't seen a Will Levis meme in too long.
I know
He's been hurt.
Oh,
hurt. I do
He's
that
been
with
playing
bunny
Mason
ears.
Rudolph.
I think.
Mason Rudolph.
I think they
Come on now.
faked an injury. They just can't have him on the field. It generates too many memes. But the world doesn't know. So
That might be the case. I'm gonna go with the Pats though. I don't like the Pats, so I'm going with them.
Yeah, Pats, take it away.
up next,
All right, now we have the Cowboys and the Falcons, and the Cowboys are looking beat. They're looking beat down. They look like the Jets,
And they're gonna
of the
get
NFC.
They're gonna get beat further down.
it's a really great comparison. The Jets are just the AFC Cowboys.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
sound
that's great.
beaten right now, Caden.
you sound like the Cowboys.
I just had to take a moment, step back, look at the whole picture.
The Falcons are.
in reality,
they're cooking.
Kirk Cousins is
I'm gonna
going
go with
to
them.
Kirko all over this game, and it's not going to be close.
Did you see though? He's trying a little bit too hard to be like Atlanta, and like the pregame he was doing it was like a rap chant before with
Kirko Chains does what Kirko Chains wants.
it
Okay,
was, but he's he's just not that guy.
In
It was hard to
Minnesota,
watch.
he was Kirk. In Atlanta, he's Kirko Chains.
no, I will not allow that lore
That's crazy.
wrongness to
That's
continue.
crazy.
Kirko Chains started in Minnesota. It absolutely started in
It
Minnesota.
happened in Minnesota. It
He
stays in
was
Minnesota.
Kirko Chains in Minnesota. Atlanta borrowed it.
Okay.
They did. But
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
the Falcons are gonna win.
Tim agrees. Moving on, we got Raiders.
Oh yeah, Falcons stop. I believe in Kirk.
Raiders at Broncos or Bengals. I don't know why I said Broncos. Upset Caleb.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of trust in the Raiders, but I love the Bengals. But they kind of suck. I don't know. They're losing a lot of games. It's kind of over. So I just thought they kind of seem like they're just gonna keep losing, and I had to throw out the upset there. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this pick. I really do actually want the Bengals to win, despite my upset pick. But go Raiders. Max Crosby.
Tim almost punched his monitor there. Or
The Bengals are gonna win that game. Yeah. Raiders
I agree.
aren't.
This one could actually happen. Max Crosby, 6 sacks.
Maybe I should pick this in upset just so I can say the Raiders beat the Ravens, but they also beat the Bengals. I kind of think the Bengals are going to win this, but the Raiders.
I'm going Bengals.
I want to say the Raiders are going to win this, but I think the Bengals.
Joe Burrow.
Is what I'm trying to say.
It's still Joe Burrow.
Joe Burr.
Following,
Icy.
we got Broncos at Ravens. This is my upset. This is where the Bronco country rides.
Bo Nix is not that guy. Something has. There's going to be a change. There's
Oh,
going
I
to be new
can't
energy,
wait for you.
and we're not going to have a bad loss again.
Humbled by this defense, Tim. I
No,
can't wait for
it was
next week. I
It's
can't
one-offs.
wait.
You guys pray for the
Just-
downfall every week.
Just
I
knowing
don't.
your past defense, though, this could be Bo Nix come out. This could be his opening, his parade
This
game.
is his
Like,
chance. Unless we fix
he
the
might
defense,
he might
this is
light
his
you guys
chance.
up. He might convince us that
Tim
he's
might
real.
actually
that he's
cry
good.
on camera next podcast, guys.
We might get to a stage in the Ravens where I start saying, okay, yeah, that quarterback diced us up, but it's against us, so is he really that good? Anyways,
But,
we're gonna take this
Broncos
dub.
win.
It was
Broncos
an
win.
exception.
Broncos win. Yep.
Slow next come out game.
Moving on, we have Bears at Cardinals. Gotta take my boy Murray.
I love Murphy. Murphy's gonna win this one. Show Williams what's
Kyler
up.
Murray is gonna play COD all week.
Who?
He's not gonna be able to win this game. The Bears are gonna bounce back. I would like to think that Matt Eberflus would just absolutely ream the team this week for their awful play. I also think he's an awful coach, so he probably doesn't know how to bring the team back to playing good. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears win just because of their defense and they bounce back, and it's COD week, so unlucky for the Cardinals. We may have lost our captain again. We may have lost our captain again. That's okay.
All right, Jags and Eagles are up next. I don't know, not much to say. Eagles
Have been strong.
lose.
I'm
Jags
just gonna go with the Eagles. Yep.
Okay, glad we agreed on that. Rams Seahawks.
This is a spicy game.
I would like to
because,
see the Rams do better, honestly.
They have. I think that coming into the week, I thought it was an easy win, and obviously the Vikings lost. If they keep those two wide receivers healthy, I think they can win any game, and that division's totally up for grabs. The Seahawks, I don't know. One week they look really good and win a game, and the next week you're like, that team's awful. So I don't even know what team we're gonna have. So I'm just gonna trust Matthew Stafford and go with them. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
For sure. This next one is the game of the week for both me and Caden. Fun fact, me and Caden had the same mid-game of the week and game of the week this week. Lions-Packers. They're both good teams, top 10 teams. I think Lions are going to win this, but Packers are going to put up a fight, unfortunately.
I think that the Packers are going to do the Packers thing, and Matt LaFleur is going to do very good in his prep this week, and they're going to surprise the Lions. I don't really want it, but I need it, but I also don't. I don't want the Packers to win. I don't want the Lions to win. So this is just a shitty game overall. But I think the Packers are gonna, if Jordan Love plays. I should say that because he did go out with a groin injury. Malik Willis has not lost a game that he's played in. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Packers. I just got a gut feeling. Tim, you're the Lions, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I said the Lions are going to win.
Okay. Up next, we have Sunday Night Football. Big game. Colts versus the Vikings. Of course, the Vikings are going to win this.
Yes.
Of course.
I think the Vikings are going to win. Because this sets a bad precedent if they don't. If they lose this week, that's when alarm bells you can hear them in the distance right now, but they're just kind of really faint. But if they lose this week, it's going to be full effect. It's going to be blaring. It's going to be unavoidable. But I think they're going to win. I really do. So
I do think this is a bounce back game. Yeah. I thought that last week was going to be a bounce back game, but like we've discussed many times already, the Vikings played a good team, and I think the Rams are a good team actually. I think they're a better team than we expected, and it sucks. But I think this is the bounce back game for the Vikings, and we think the W.
I'm back, everybody.
All right.
Hello.
Last game. Caden, you're back for the last game. Bucks at Chiefs.
Actually, avoid talking about the Chiefs as much as possible, but since I've missed so much, I will comment on this.
Well,
Caden, your mic is high-pitched. You sound
Is
like
it?
Mr. Helium.
Guys, I'm cooked.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
This is the best episode. This is my favorite fucking episode, dude.
No,
don't fix it. Please don't fix it. Please.
Killing it today. This is my game of the week. I want the Buccaneers to beat the Chiefs. I am absolutely tired of the Chiefs just winning every week for free. It's making me mad. Get out there and beat them, Bucks. Up game of the week, Monday night. Make it happen.
I would love to see the Bucks. I'm a bigger Mayfield fan. He's fun to watch. I don't think they're gonna win. I think the Chiefs are gonna win.
All right,
Caden,
Caden.
let's get
Who do
here.
you think's gonna win?
One last chance to sign us off, okay? Okay, now we can't hear anything.
Oh,
Can you wave to the
wait,
fans? Oh, okay, now he's mogging us.
Hello, guys.
Caden,
Okay.
it's back.
We're on the headset.
With your retro
the
mic.
classic.
All right, well, let's. If there's anything you really wanted to say with league thoughts, they might have been gone for.
Yeah,
Shoot
I can
away
do
now
a
before
rapid
we sign
fire.
off.
So Commanders at Giants.
Did like a
Gene Daniels
best
is gonna
of.
smoke. Dolphins at Bills. I think the Bills will win, but Tua will put up a good game, and it will be like a little revival for them to get their step back into the season. I don't think they do a playoff run, but I think they're gonna be able to finish pretty middle of the pack. Chargers at Browns. I think Winston keeps playing and praises God, and they come out on top. And then I missed after Murray, the Jags at Eagles. I think Barkley and Hurts are hitting stride, and they're gonna start winning a lot of games. Rams at Seahawks. I think the Rams are also hitting a stride, and the Seahawks are hitting a roadblock when they play actual good teams. So I think Rams win that. Lions at Packers, game of the week for me. I gotta take Cheeseheads because it's my upset of the week as well. Yep. And then Colts at Vikings. I think the Vikings will break their losing streak. I think I heard that as I joined. But Joe Flacco might dice him up. Who knows? And then to close it out, we got Bucks at Chiefs. As I said, I avoid talking about the Chiefs as much as possible. I don't like them. But I think the Chiefs will win. But I think the Bucks are going to put up a fight. And I hope they win, but the Chiefs will probably win. They got it. They can't have a perfect season. We gotta stop this. Come on, guys.
fully agree. Fully agree.
All right. Well, that's all we have this week.
Yeah, this is the best episode so far. I
It
think.
was. This is my favorite episode.
We mixed it up a little bit. Some 2-man action, some 3-man action.
My computer just
it was
completely
pretty good.
imploded. So sorry, everybody online. A lot of technical difficulties from my end, but hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, that's been our Onside Takes of the week. Till next time, peace.
See you next week.
Appreciate everyone.